Hey there, Smite fans, and welcome back to another prediction video. This one's going to be covering the Challenger Circuit for this week, week 3, and things are going to be interesting. This is actually going to be the week before, I think, the relegations with the Combine that really kind of decide who's going to be getting knocked down and who's going to have to kind of fight back for their spot in the circuit. As it stands right now, we're going to be in a little bit of an interesting spot because last week we not only got to see how strong Novus Orsa was proving to be, considering they were able to take a game off of New Game Plus, but New Game Plus, as far as I know right now, are looking for a new mid. So when we go into this looking into Europe, immediately the first game is New Game Plus versus Coolname Pending. New Game Plus are still the better team, they're still stronger, but they're going to have a little bit more of a weak side here. I don't think it's going to be enough to make this change. I think that they are still a lot stronger overall than you're going to see out of Coolname Pending. I don't think that they have to worry too much about getting knocked out of their own spot here, but it's going to be a little bit more rough for them as they go forward. This is going to be another learning experience, and this is really where we're going to see them kind of practice with whatever mid decides to step in, but it's going to be a 2-0 here for New Game Plus. Then for Sanguine versus Novus Orsa, last week we finally got to see Sanguine get their first win of the year, and I think that's where it's really going to end right here. Novus Orsa, if they were able to take a game off New Game Plus, I have a feeling that they're going to be able to 2-0 Sanguine, just not strong enough really right now in the state that they are to be able to take anything. This is going to be another 2-0 going against them, and they're going to have to look at it. They're going to be coming into these relegations. Things are going to look rough for them going into the next week. They're going to have a little bit to work on, and really a lot to pray for coming back into this, but Novus Orsa should be able to secure themselves a 2-0 and find themselves kind of sitting up towards the top of the standings. And that's it for EU, just those two matches. So we'll swing our way over into North America, and we are going to be having some more interesting games. So last week, again, we got to see Monkey Business come out of nowhere. Not necessarily out of nowhere, but they were able to come in and take a game off of Gatekeepers, which was honestly really surprising. No one really expected to see that, and they did it in a really well-mannered way. They were able to kind of keep control. They were in a very comfortable-looking matchup, and ultimately they were able to kind of control, like, just hold the game. They just did exactly what they needed to do in order to find themselves a win. The Gatekeepers, not really feeling it, were able to find a return win on that, but it did show that there are weaknesses for Gatekeepers, and I feel like Dog 1 might have a chance to exploit it. I don't really feel like it's enough to say that this is going to be a split. This is kind of in that middle ground where I know if I say it's going to be a 2-0 for Gatekeepers, that gives Dog 1 just kind of like a karmatic chance to get that split. On the same time, I think that maybe Dog 1 has the chance for the split, but I just can't, in good tidings, really give that as a prediction. I think Gatekeepers still have this one. I think it's going to be a little bit more rough overall, but ultimately they should be able to control this one. And on the other side, the next match will be Monkey Business versus Trash Cans. This is just going to be another one that's kind of similar to what we've seen, although right now Monkey Business definitely looking like they're a little bit higher tier of a team so far. They should actually be able to take this one as a 2-0. I wanted to say split. Trash Cans honestly could upset me. I think this is really more like a 60-40. It's very, very close as to whether or not it's a split or a 2-0 here. Monkey Business have to be on top of their game in order to have this work out for them. And a lot's riding on this one because an NA is very close. Obviously EU a little bit more separated as it is right now, and this is going to be a more determining factor depending on how this game goes. It might cause some tiebreakers. It might cause some issues kind of going in to the relegation. So I'm going to be putting this one personally as a 2-0 for Monkey Business. Really, it could be this or a split between them and Trash Cans. Trash Cans are starting to look a little bit stronger. They're starting to do a little bit better, but they still have a little bit of work to do. I don't think they're going to get knocked out of the circuit, but I do think they still have a little bit of work before they can kind of climb to the top. And really, right now, it seems a little bit rough for them. I'm going to have to give this one to Monkey Business, but again, it could go either way. And with that, that's just going to be this week for the Challenger Circuit. Nice, short, and sweet going forward for it. This is going to be the first 3 weeks done, and that's going to be opening it up to some relegations, which is going to be a little bit more interesting as to how that's going to handle. We'll be seeing possibly some new teams join us. If not, we'll be seeing these teams come back and try to go forward, and then eventually fight for the right to relegate into the SPL, which is going to be the big one right here, is seeing some of these teams who are going to be vying for those bottom spots, which right now, it's looking like some of them might be able to make it with the play we've seen in the Pro League, but as it stands, that's going to be it for me for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you in the next prediction video.